Okay, hello, welcome to smarthelping.com. We got a volume discount pricing model with a sensitivity analysis tab as well. This is some really cool stuff. If you sell any items in bulk and you want to figure out potential discounting, how to maximize discounts in an optimal way, this template will give you a great perspective and idea of where to start. So the first tab here is just testing a single starting price point of unit sale of a given unit with a given cost of goods sold. And so you've got an existing profit margin here. And then what you can do with this tool is you can edit these cells in light yellow to whatever numbers make sense for you. And then this is going to show you a potential discount schedule for every given um, volume level based on this input right here. So you can define basically the percentage you want to discount per one unit. For example, if we say there's no discount for up to 50 units, and then after 50, we're going to add 0.08% discount for every one extra unit. The curve is right here, so you can plug in any amount of volume and see what the discount will be based on that curve. The problem is you got to make sure you don't you don't want to offer discounts into perpetuity, and there's a reason why people have volume discounts that cap. So for example, in this scenario, if I, have 0.808% here, starting unit or unit increase lever at 50. So it shows me if I do buckets of, 50 units, 100, 150, and I give greater discounts the more you buy. So 0% up to 450, 4% off at 100, 8% off at 150, 12% off at 200. So at some point, it doesn't make sense to continue raising this number. And that point is the gross profit. So what you can do, and you can see the green here is highlighted, and that will change if we change the values. Um, but what that does is says, look, if you sell 300 units at a 20% discount, you're pricing them at $44 instead of 55, and you're making a gross profit on that sale of $4,800. It's 13,200 sale revenue, cost of goods sold 8,400 based on this. You're making 4,800 bucks. If you go up one more to 24%, you're still going up in gross profit. So even though your discount's going up to 24%, so this still makes sense. You're still making more gross profit, and you're able to increase the discount even more. Now, this is green because you can't go past 24% in this case. Because what happens is the total gross profit made is now going down after that point. And that's kind of what this chart shows. So as your volume goes up, even though you're increasing discounts, you're still making more gross profit until it starts going down. When it starts going down, there's no point in selling 400 units if it's only going to make you $4,600 when you can sell 350 to make 4,800. I mean, at that point, you are actually making less for every one more unit sold. And all the way up from here, you're making more. So your total gross profit is rising, 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 then going down. So this is a nice perspective. This, like I said, this formula here will let you play with any volume amount and give you the resulting discount. And then you can kind of see where you want to cap that off based on this. You could change this. Let's say you only wanted to raise it 0.05% per unit. Or let's say you had only a couple units. Let's say we start here at 1 and go up by 1. And then for every one increase, you wanted to do, let's say, a 5% discount. So now same curve, and you can see, you can sell up to a volume of 5 with a 20% discount, but you don't want to, any volume past 5, you don't want to raise the discount past 20% because then you're starting to make less in aggregate. So at 6, I'm making a total of $79.50 on that volume order, and I'm making $80 at 5. So you don't want to go down in your total gross profit of the volume bucket. Now, and you can see here you're going up, 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 and then it stops going up. Now it peters out. So this is a nice curve to show that. And then I also did an analysis down here where you can say if your expected unit sales are X, and this shows you what your expected net operating profit or net operating income would be if your average sales are at each bucket level. So if you think your average sale is going to be somewhere around 3 or 4 in this case, so somewhere around this discount range, then if you made 100,000 unit sales at that average price, you can see your revenues, gross profit, resulting operating expenses, which is the input, and then your net operating income is here. So this goes even further down to let you test different volumes at these average discount rates based on the volume here. And if this is your total sales volume in a given period, this is your OPEX in a given period, this is what your net operating income and profit margin look like. So that's basically adding your other expenses into the equation. It helps you see what's actually feasible. This chart here gets a discount curve. So this is kind of looking at this percentage right here and how it's going up against these volumes and giving you a chart. And this is the equation that's used here to spit out, a discount value based on a volume. And you can see on the chart, at any point in this line, this is what your discount should be based on that. And then obviously you would use this to see at what point does it not make sense to keep increasing the discount amount. And if you want, you can go, you can easily just drag this over and make as many bucket things as you want here. You could do like 100 or whatever to make it more granular, but the curve is still going to look the same. And then obviously it'll change as you change the levers of the initial, the cost of goods sold, and then this percentage here. So I hope this will help people. The other part of this, I did a volume discount sensitivity based on different starting prices. So this is all the same logic. You enter your price, but then you can adjust the starting price. So let's say you wanted to price it at $40, between $40 and $58, and you want to see what the resulting discount levels give you in gross profit and the average price per unit at those different volume discounts, gross profit per unit, revenues, gross profit, total, if you do a sensitivity on, expected unit sales here. And then net operating income, we still get down to the same chart, but it's just showing you if you have these different starting price points, what that looks like, profit margins, some charts with there, and then a discount curve, which is just based on this happening here. And then this conditional formatting all works. Let's say, these are heavy volume. Let's do a little bit higher discount. Oh, too high. It doesn't even show on the chart. So there's 0.01. Let's say 0.02. So you can change this. And the purpose of this is basically you're looking at this saying, I want to give customers the maximum discount that's feasible and still makes sense for how much volume and the cost of goods sold, what makes sense. So here in this case, we probably don't want to give over a 20% discount, no matter how many volume past 2,000 units sold. 20% is the max discount. Otherwise, you can see here, you're now starting to make less in total on each sale. And you can see gross profit per unit actually gets into the negatives over here. So I hope this will give volume, suppliers, anybody that's selling a product that wants to offer volume discounts. This should be very useful in giving you some perspectives on what you might want to make that and what the resulting operational income looks like at different levels of discount. I try to make this as in-depth as possible, but usable to basically anybody. I believe it is. Just edit the cells in yellow. The template is available for $45 one-time fee. I'll put it in the description box below. I will also list this on Eloquent and eFurniture Models. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys on the next one.